This is Micahel Olise. He's known for his flair playing style, his nonchalant demeanor, and of course, the Hypervenom Phantom 3, aka his favorite football boot of all time. Since his days at Reading, he's exclusively worn these boots. And now at Bayern, he's even gone out his way to match the boots with the colour of the kit on that match day. In this video, I'll answer why he's able to do this, test the Hypervenom Phantom 3 to see what he sees in them, and how he's still able to get a pair despite them being discontinued in 2019. So let's start with the DNA of the boots. Launched back in 2017, the boot had the following features: flywire cables for midfoot stability, foam pods in the strike zones to dampen impact and return energy, the hyper-reactive sole plates, chevron and hexagonal studs for traction and agile mobility, and a one-piece tongueless design which eliminates the need for seams, as well as a Nike grip insole. And these are widely regarded as the best Hypervenom of the three in terms of performance, but we'll see if that's true or not later on in the video. So why is he able to do this? The answer is pretty simple: he doesn't have a boot deal. This means he's not contracted to wear the latest models or the latest colorways by a particular brand, and so he's free to wear whatever he wants. Maybe at one point he was sponsored by Nike, or he chose not to renew, or maybe they chose not to renew, so he's just stuck with the Hypervenom Phantom 3s. However, there has been a few times in training where he's been spotted wearing another pair of boots. But enough talking, let's finally put them to the test. Now, before going out to the field to test these boots, I thought I'll try a different approach. I thought, you know what, why not? Let me reach out to Olise on Instagram and ask him why he likes these boots so much. And he's still not seen my message. He's a gangster! So the boot comes with two variations. You had your mid-cut, which I have here, and which Olise seems to like a lot, as well as a low-cut version as well. And on feet, these are very comfortable. The boot is quite well padded, especially in the heel area, and because of the foam pods on the upper. Plus, the insole is quite thick and plush, so offers that more of a cushioned feel. It does have Nike's Nike grip technology, which is their anti-slip technology, but honestly, you don't really notice it. I'd also say these boots are fantastic if you had wide feet, and they fit true to size. Now, I did only have one gripe with these boots, and it happens to happen here. So where the seam, or should I say where the collar meets the heel of the boot, it kind of dug into the back of my heel, and there was a bit of irritation, but nothing a bit of Vaseline couldn't fix. Overall, these boots fit very well and generally are quite comfortable. And for me personally, the cornerstone of every football boot should be comfort and fit, and this boot does both of these things very well. And it's no surprise that's why Olise is taking a liking to them. When it comes to the outsole, you can definitely tell it's meant to flex with your foot. More so in the forefoot where it's a bit more flimsy and flexible, but in the midfoot to the heel area, you can see it's a bit more stern and stable. It feels responsive when you're twisting and turning, and you generally feel very connected to the ground and stable. My only one gripe with this sole plate though is I wish it was a bit more stiffer in the forefoot to have that more kind of springy speed boot feeling, but unfortunately not. But if you're a player like Olise who's constantly twisting and turning and pivoting, a sole plate like this makes perfect sense. You get flexibility in general along from the stud pattern. You get, like, because on the lateral side you have your more kind of aggressive traction, and then on the inside we get more of a rotational mobility. Now the touch on the ball in these is very unique. It doesn't provide the barefoot feeling that you got on the Nike skin from the original Hypervenom, and that's mainly because of these foam pods that you see on the upper. Because the foam pods that you see on the upper provide more of a dampened touch on the ball. Your feet will still feel close to the ball, it's just not a barefoot experience. And you'll feel more along with that as you strike through the ball, as you don't feel the ball as much as you would do if the upper was thinner. I'd say it's like an elastic feeling. I've not heard it being mentioned by a lot of people, and actually took me a while to actually agree with this, but I would not categorize this as an agility boot like the previous Hypervenom models. It feels more in line with a power boot, as we've seen a similar concept with the Evo Power series, where you use a reactive foam on the upper to provide that more kind of like punchy touch on the ball. But overall, I really enjoy the touch on the ball in these. I'm just taking a look at Olise's playing style. He's a player that likes to dribble the ball close to his feet, cut in and shoot, so something like this is just like, it complements his playing style a lot. Olise also has this weird habit of sometimes using these boots laceless. That is something I will not be testing in this video because these boots look like they are pain to relace. I can only assume he does it for comfort reasons, or maybe the lace hoops ripped and then he can't lace them anymore. Undoubtedly though, if you use a boot that comes with laces, without laces the lockdown will be worse. I can only assume that he uses something like grip socks to actually kind of overcome this situation. Now honestly, I can really see why Olise likes these football boots. Performance wise, they're very fun to play in, and if you ask me, out of the three Hypervenom models, this is probably the most completest out of all of them. And I think at the time these were released, I'd say these are probably the most well-rounded of Nike's 4 silos. They're a boot that really offer a bit of everything: comfort, stability, good touch on the ball, as well as good traction as well. Just all round a very solid and good football boot, and I can understand why he's stuck with them because Nike haven't really produced anything like this since. Now these boots have been been discontinued since 2019, but it seems like Olise just has an infinite supply of them. And I'm pretty sure he's probably depleted the world supply of these boots in his size. And it's not like it's a special situation where, like, you know, we saw with Tony Cruz and Adidas, because Olise is not contracted with Nike. But you watching can actually get these boots the same way that Olise does. And that's through Instagram resellers. But no, these boots are actually quite hard to come by, so you might have to pay quite a high premium. And if not Instagram resellers, you can try places like eBay, Vinted, Depop, Deep. One day I'll get that right, but it's not today. Or really any kind of like similar garage sale kind of app. You just got to hope that Olise is not the same size as you. Now, hopefully you have a better understanding of why Olise likes these boots so much, and maybe one day he'll actually reply to my message. Until then, my name is Sub. This has been Substance Football. Thank you for watching. See you next time.